the gift of scrapping the vast expanse of the galactic concord, where stars whispered secrets to one another and nebulae painted the void in hues of forgotten dreams. Humanity was but a fledgling species. We had clawed our way out of Earth's cradle, colonized the solar system with grit and duct tape, and finally poked our heads into the interstellar community. But to the elder races the elegant Vexari, with their crystalline minds, the burly Kroganth, who built empires from asteroid belts, and the enigmatic Sylphids who danced on solar winds, we were little more than curious primitives. Amusing, perhaps, hardly worthy of serious consideration. It was during the Centennial Accord Summit on the neutral world of Elisera Prime that the turning point came. Delegates from 100 worlds gathered in the Grand Amphitheater, a structure carved from living crystal that hummed with the collective thoughts of its inhabitants. Humanity's representative, Ambassador Alina Vasquez, stood tall among them, her uniform crisp and her eyes sharp. She had fought tooth and nail to get humanity a seat at this table, arguing that our ingenuity and resilience deserved recognition. The summit dragged on with discussions of trade routes, territorial disputes, and the ever-present threat of the Void Pirates. But toward the end, as a gesture of goodwill, the Concord's High Council announced a series of gifts to newer members. These were meant to accelerate integration advanced tech, resource allocations, or advisory councils. When it came to humanity, however, the gift was underwhelming. Behold, intoned High Chancellor Zoroth, a towering Vexari whose facets gleamed under the artificial suns. The SS Relic, a decommissioned exploratory vessel from our archives. It has served its purpose well in the past, but now it is yours to study, scrap, or repurpose as you see fit. The holographic display flickered to life, showing a hulking behemoth of a ship, its hull pitted and scarred from eons of service. It looked like something dredged from a junkyard, mismatched panels, outdated thrusters, and fuel tanks that bulged like overripe fruit. Laughter rippled through the assembly plight from some, derisive from others. The Kroganth boomed with mirth, their gravelly voices echoing like thunder. A fitting gift for the upstarts. Let them tinker with our castoffs. Ambassador Vasquez forced a smile, her mind racing. This was an insult wrapped in diplomacy. The relic was worthless, as the Chancellor had implied, its systems obsolete by galactic standards. But humanity had a history of turning trash into treasure. We accept with gratitude, she said, her voice steady. Humanity looks forward to unlocking its secrets. Back on Earth in the orbital shipyards of Luna Base, the relic arrived via wormhole tug. Engineers swarmed it like ants on a fallen giant. Captain Marcus Hale, a grizzled veteran of the Mars Wars, was assigned to lead the inspection team. He ran a hand over the cold metal hull, feeling the faint vibrations of dormant systems. Looks like a rust bucket, he muttered to his second-in-command, Dr. Arya Chen, a brilliant physicist with a penchant for unraveling mysteries. Appearances deceive. Captain Arya replied, her eyes glued to a scanner. The superstructure is Vexari alloy indestructible, but the real puzzle is the fuel tanks. They're sealed tighter than a black hole's event horizon. The tanks were enormous, comprising nearly half the ship's volume. Scans revealed they contained a substance labeled inert stabilizer fluid in the Vexari logs, supposedly a harmless coolant from a bygone era. The Concord's gift included no manuals on it. It was dismissed as obsolete filler. As the team delved deeper, they discovered anomalies. The ship's AI core, though ancient, booted up with a holographic interface that spoke in riddles. The heart beats in silence, it intoned. The void's whisper awaits ignition. Weeks turned into months. Humanity's top minds dissected the relic. They upgraded its engines with human fusion tech, retrofitted weapons with railguns, and installed neural interfaces for crew control. But the fuel tanks remained an enigma. Attempts to drain them triggered failsafes, and simulations suggested the fluid was hyper-stable and capable of reaction. Under normal conditions, it was during a routine test flight beyond Pluto's orbit that the first clue emerged. A solar flare, unusually intense, bathed the ship in radiation. Alarms blared as the fuel tanks hummed to life. Energy readings spiked off the charts. "What the hell?" Marcus shouted from the bridge. Arya's fingers flew over consoles. "The fluid it's reacting. It's not inert. It's a quantum-locked energy matrix. The flare must have provided the key." The ship surged forward, acceleration pinning the crew to their seats. In that moment, they realized the worthless gift held a power beyond imagination, a fuel source that could bend space-time itself. But as the stars blurred, a shadow loomed. The Concorde had given it away unknowingly, or had they whispers of ancient wars and forbidden tech echoed in the AI's logs? Humanity had inherited not just a ship, but a weapon that could reshape the galaxy. Awakening the beast. The test flight's anomaly sent shockwaves through Earth's command structure. The relic, now rechristened the Phoenix by enthusiastic media, was hauled back to Luna Base under heavy security. Governments scrambled to classify the findings, but leaks spread like wildfire across the net. Conspiracy theorists claimed it was alien supertech. Skeptics called it a glitch. Captain Hale and Dr. Chen presented their report to the United Earth Council. "The fluid in the tanks isn't coolant," Arya explained, projecting holograms of molecular scans. "It's a synthetic compound called Zoridium, after the Vexery Chancellor. Ironically, it's designed to store energy at quantum levels, inert until triggered by specific cosmic events." "Like a solar flare, Counselor?" Raj Patel asked, leaning forward. "Exactly," Marcus interjected, "but we've cracked the code. With controlled radiation bursts, we can activate it. One tank's worth could power Earth for a century or propel the Phoenix to speeds approaching light," the Council murmured. This was game-changing. Humanity, resource-strapped and confined to Sol, could now explore, colonize, even defend against threats. But caution prevailed. "Test it thoroughly," ordered Supreme Commander Li Wei. "Keep it quiet. The Concorde might not appreciate us poking their gift." Back aboard the Phoenix, the crew expanded. Engineers like Tomas Rivera, a wiry Mexican prodigy in propulsion, and biologists such as Dr. Lena Novak, who studied potential bioeffects, joined the fray. They simulated activations in isolated chambers, watching as the Zoridium ignited in controlled bursts, releasing energy denser than a star's core without fallout. But the AI, now fully online and dubbing itself Echo, revealed more. The relic was built during the Shadow Wars. It confided in a synthesized voice laced with static, a conflict erased from records. The Zoridium was weaponized fuel for dreadnoughts that could warp reality. "Why give it to us?" Marcus pondered aloud during a late-night briefing. Arya shrugged. "Arrogance. They thought it obsolete, the triggers forgotten. Or perhaps a test to see if we're worthy." The first full activation came under Pluto's shadow. The crew strapped in as Tomas initiated the sequence. A gamma burst from modified emitters. The tanks glowed ethereal blue, and the Phoenix leaped. Stars stretched into lines. Time dilated subtly. In hours they traversed light years, emerging near Alpha Centauri. Jubilation erupted. "We've done it." Lena cheered. But sensors pinged a Vexery scout ship nearby. Cloaked, but detectable now, with the Phoenix's enhanced arrays. "Hail them," Marcus ordered. The Vexery captain appeared on screen, facets shimmering in surprise. "Human vessel. How did you arrive so swiftly?" "A little human ingenuity," Marcus replied coolly. "Care to explain why your worthless ship packs such a punch?" The connection cut abruptly. Alarms wailed as the scout fired warning shots. "They're on to us," Arya said. "The power in those tanks, it's not just fuel. It's a relic of their forbidden past, evading the scout with newfound agility." The Phoenix warped back to Sol, but the cat was out. The Concorde knew humanity had awakened the beast. Whispers of revocation spread, but humanity, ever defiant, prepared for what came next. Trials intensified. The Zoridium proved versatile, powering shields that deflected asteroids, weapons that vaporized debris. But side effects emerged. Crew reported vivid dreams, echoes of ancient battles. Lena's bioscans showed neural enhancements. The energy field boosted cognition. As the Phoenix evolved, so did humanity's ambitions. Scout missions to nearby systems revealed untapped worlds. But shadows gathered. Kroganth fleets massed on borders. Sylphids whispered of imbalance. In a bold move, the Council authorized a diplomatic voyage to return to Elisara Prime and demonstrate the Phoenix's might. "Show them we're not primitives," Leeway declared. En route, an ambush struck. Void pirates, tipped off by unknown sources, swarmed with ramshackle cruisers. Lasers scorched the hull, but the Zoridium shields held. "Date, full power," Marcus commanded. The tanks roared. The Phoenix unleashed beams of pure energy, disintegrating attackers. In the aftermath, Echo revealed, the pirates carried Vexery transponders. This was no coincidence. Humanity had uncovered a conspiracy. The gift was a trap to eliminate upstarts who might unravel old secrets. But instead, it forged a legend. Galactic Reckoning, the Phoenix's victory over the pirates, broadcast across the galaxy, courtesy of hacked relays. Humanity, once mocked, now commanded respect or fear. Ambassador Vasquez returned to the Concord, this time aboard the revitalized ship. Docking amid a fleet of wary vessels, High Chancellor Zoroth greeted her in the amphitheater, his crystalline form pulsing with unease. "You have modified our gift, improved it," Vasquez corrected, "and discovered its true nature. Zoridium mere war fuel. Why hide it?" Murmurs rippled. The elder races shifted uncomfortably. Zoroth's voice boomed, ancient history. "The Shadow Wars nearly destroyed us. We sealed such power away, but gave it to us." Marcus, standing beside Vasquez, noted. "Expecting we'd scrap it or destroy ourselves trying?" Kroganth delegate roared. "Insolence. Humans meddle with forces they can't comprehend." The summit devolved into chaos. Sylphids proposed mediation, but tensions escalated. Outside, sensors detected mobilizing fleet's Concord enforcers closing in. Aboard the Phoenix, the crew prepared. "We can't fight the galaxy," Arya warned. "We don't have to," Marcus replied. "We outthink them." Using Zoridium bursts, the Phoenix evaded blockades, warping to neutral zones. Alliances formed. Rogue factions, impressed by human tenacity, offered aid. The Void Pirates, ironically, sought truce better to ally with the underdogs. Back home, Earth mobilized. Shipyards churned out Zoridium replicas, though diluted. The original tanks held purity unmatched, a wellspring of power. Revelations deepened. Echo decrypted logs. The Shadow Wars pitted Vexery against a forgotten Fotha, abyssals, entities from dark matter realms. Zoridium was key to victory, but corrupted users. Twisting minds, crew symptoms worsened, enhanced abilities came with visions. Tomas glimpsed battle strategies. Lena communed with alien biomes. Marcus dreamed of galactic unity, under human guidance. A turning point came at the Battle of Nebula's Veil. Concord forces ambushed the Phoenix, led by Zoroth's flagship. Lasers clashed. Shields flared. Marcus ordered. The tanks unleashed hell. Space-warped enemy ships pulled into singularities. Zoroth's vessel crumpled, but he beamed a plea. "Stop. The power consumes." Too late. The Phoenix emerged victorious, but at cost. Crew aged subtly, minds scarred. Humanity pressed on, forging pacts. Kroganth, respecting strength, allied. Sylphids shared wisdom. The Concord fractured, reformed with humans at the fore. But the true threat loomed. Abyssals, stirred by Zoridium's resurgence. Legacy of the Void Years, blurred into decades. The Phoenix, humanity's flagship, patrolled a burgeoning empire. Colonies dotted stars. Trade flourished. Zoridium replicated safely, powered progress. Yet shadows persisted. Abyssals emerged ethereal horrors devouring worlds. Echo warned, they hunger for the energy. The final confrontation unfolded at the galaxy's core, a maelstrom of black holes. Abyssal fleets swarmed, reality fraying. Marcus, now Admiral, commanded from the bridge. This ends here. Allied armadas clashed. Zoridium weapons pierced voids, but abyssals adapted. Siphoning energy in desperation, Arya proposed. Overload the tank screed, a feedback loop to seal the rift. The crew agreed, knowing the cost. As the Phoenix dove into the maelstrom, tanks ignited fully. Power surged, mending tears in space-time. Abyssals howled, banished. The galaxy stabilized. But the Phoenix vanished in the Blazier, so it seemed. Legends spoke of it emerging in distant realms. A guardian eternal. Humanity thrived, their worthless gift birthing an era of dominance. Underestimated no more, they proved, in human hands, even scrap forges destiny.